Welcome to Top Prize Tuesday. Welcome back to episode 6 of Top Prize Podcast. If you haven't checked out any of my content, I most definitely recommend you do so. TopPrizeEntertainment.com will give you all of my podcast needs. You can also subscribe to my webpage as well, so anytime I post something new, you don't have to wait till I post something to YouTube. It'll be right there for you, and it'll send you out the alert letting you know. This one is going to be like a playoff of my episode 4 when I did the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Because I read something a couple days ago, which is about to be something that they're about to get ready to implement into law. And that is men can now start paying child support while the baby is still being born, which means the mother can be pregnant and you can be put on child support and have to pay support for that child while she's still pregnant. Now, I understand, you just lifted Roe versus Wade and you want to have still penalties for men in a lot of these situations where men do take advantage of women mentally, and us men, we really don't have full control when it comes down to sexual desires. Because as a man, we all know, without the hat, I always feel a hell of a lot better without the hat. But it's also, to me, I feel like it's kind of controversial, because what if in a situation where, women are out there just as much as men? It's like they're out there, they're doing their thing, and they're not faithful, they're not loyal, just like a lot of men out here is not. What if there's a situation where she legit don't know who the baby father is? And I was sitting here like, how can you do that if you cannot establish paternity until the baby was born? Until, boom, I did my research. There's a way that they can establish paternity while the baby is still in the mother's stomach. I was like, you slick dogs. You slick dogs. That right there is crazy. But me personally, I believe that DNA tests are mandatory. I'm a firm believer in that, because you have men who've taken care of kids their whole life and come to find out that they're not the child's father. I believe in DNA testing at birth. But this right here will get you ahead of the game. So you would know all jump if this child is that child's father, if you are that child's father or not, early. And that shocked me. I didn't even know that. So you can go out, you can check to see if you are that child's father before the baby is even born. So if you have doubts, right now is the time to really get it in, because Roe v. Wade being overturned, it's hard for women to get abortions. Certain states still have their ramifications of that can get things done. But from what I've been reading and everything that I've been seeing, eventually everybody is going to stop doing it. Or it's going to be heavy fines, jail time for doctors, and it's going to get real messy. So this will let you know, and you have the options of knowing if this child is really yours. But overall, just wrap it up. Just wrap it up. It's no way around it. Just wrap it up. If you know you're not really trying to have a child and you're really out here trying to live your best life, wrap it up. It's one box I don't want to say go to the gas station, because I don't trust gas station condoms, but CVS, Walmart, Walgreens, they all have them. They'll get you a little 5-6 pack, keep them on you, You run through them, go get you another pack. You can go to the health clinic, they give you a whole bag of them jokers. Wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Because going into my next topic was a thing that I saw on Facebook. And there was a guy who just said, you know what? He just went on a rant. And I'm finna show it to you. I'm gonna let you read it. Now, with what he said, I agree with him to an extent. He was adding piling on into it, making it seem like it's the woman's fault. And it's not always the woman's fault, even though women are 2 times smarter than men. But it's not the woman's fault. And that's what he was making it seem. But I do agree with some of the sentiments that he was saying. You can ask your mama, your auntie, you can ask your uncle, you can ask your great-grandma, you can ask your great-great-grandmother if they're all alive, you can ask your great-uncles, you can ask any of your elders. They will tell you, a baby will not keep a man around. I've heard my mom say that so many times. A baby will not keep a man around. And me, I'm not for or against abortions. I'm about mitigated circumstances. It's all about the situation that you're in. And me personally, it's your right to choose if you feel like you're not going to be in a great situation to raise this child and to bring a child into this world and you're not ready. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to knock you. It is your decision and your decision alone. Now, when he said that you're asking to be a single mother, I'm not going to say that you're asking to be a single mother, but the circumstance won't be good if the man is telling you he do not want this child. And me personally, it says, if you see that a man is not willing to give you exactly what you want out of a relationship, if you're in a relationship, then why put yourself through something like that? You know, putting yourself through something like that will cause you to be a single mother. Like I said, I'm not saying you're asking for it. And it's not fair to you if you are a single mother. It's not fair. But when it comes down to, having kids and, bringing, new life into this world, you have to be sure that this is the person that you want to bring a child into this world with. And anytime I do a podcast, I always put something personal into it. Like, I know a lot of women, and I know quite a few that's having babies for the wrong reasons. It's not because they want to be a mother. Some of them just want to prove that they having sex with a certain person. I ain't gonna throw their names out there, but if they see this 9 times out of 10, they probably gonna know. But just to prove that they having sex with somebody. And I know a couple of them that did it just to ruin another man's relationship, but they understood that they wasn't together. It was just she wound up getting pregnant, and now she wanted them to be a family. And he said, no, I'm not breaking up my family. I think you should do this. So it could be bitterness for some women. It can be, some women, they don't know if they're going to ever have a child, and it's just something that they really want to do. And when I hear the things, oh, this is my religious belief, but I know a lot of religions, like I don't normally talk about religions, but most religions, you really don't supposed to have sexual intercourse until marriage. It's shunned upon when you have bastard children in a lot of religions. Not sure which religion that you might be a part of, but in a lot of religions, that's frowned upon. So you're actually, combating your own religious beliefs. Because if you knew that you can't have, that you don't believe in abortions, then it's time to take those next steps as far as, helping yourself not put yourself in a situation where you not want to be in. And me personally, if you are in a committed relationship and you know that you don't want to have a baby just yet, as a woman, it's like I said, I'm a man. I'm a man, but I'm raising a young woman. You have to be 2 steps ahead of the game as a woman in this era. Well, any era, you have to be 2 steps ahead of the game. And one thing I can always say is, when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And what I say by that is, if you're going to have sex, you're going to have it. It's going to happen. But if you know you're not trying to have a baby, and you know that unprotected sex can lead to not only just STDs, that's another subject we don't want to get into. It can lead to pregnancy. So, as a woman, you have to be 2 steps ahead of the game. And as a man, I'm one-track minded, and that's almost every man created. We all one-track minded. When it goes down, it starts getting cracking. The last thing a man trying to do is stop the motion to go in his pocket and reach for a condom. And that's just real. That's real. Any man to tell you that, and any woman who's had sex with a man have seen those steps. We're not trying to move. It's cracking. We're not trying to go fidget looking for a condom. Like, damn, I ain't got one. And let me run to the gas station. It's about to go down. And now with Roe v. Wade being overturned, it's time to start looking into those birth controls, those Plan Bs and shit. If he don't have one, shit, you buy you a box of condoms. Just being real. You have you a box. Oh, you ain't got one? No worries. I got one for you. Pull it right out. Boom. Put that on. You have to protect yourself in a lot of these situations as well. You have to protect yourself because, like I said, in the mind of men, we are one-track minded. And in a lot of situations, we don't know if we're going to get some or not. So we just we're just going to go with the flow, see what happens. And you probably legit trying to chill. We not thinking nothing of it. We just sitting around chilling. We having a couple drinks, and then boom, one thing can lead to another. Not every situation is always going to end up in sex. But when sex starts to happen, 9 times out of 10, that man is probably not prepared at all. And that's why women, you have to start protecting yourselves a lot more. Got to be 2 steps ahead of the game because, like I said, from a man's perspective, it's hard to pull out. It's not that easy pulling out, and that's just being real. It's not that easy. But to get back to what he was saying, there was a few responses, and some negative, some people was agreeing, but me personally, I just say this. No man could get sex from a woman without a woman granting him those accolades. And as a woman, if you know you're not on any form of birth control, you know your belief against abortions, you don't believe in that. A lot of you say Plan Bs don't work. Why sit there and wait for the man to be more responsible? Now, we talking accountability. We are accountable. We should hold ourselves accountable as men to be more prepared. We should. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But 9 times out of 10, we're never prepared. Especially when, you know, this could be a chill type of day, or you're not sure if you're, you know, if y'all really about to hit it off. It's like things happen when you least expect it. Like, it was a few times I didn't think I was gonna get no action. I thought I was gonna go chill, you know, watch a movie, go out to eat, and that was gonna be it. I didn't come in with the mindset that, okay, I'm finna smash tonight. And things happen. But in that case, you know, they was prepared. Hey, here you go, boom, we finna get it on. And a lot of women in this era, we need to start moving into that thinking where we can't wait for the man to be responsible. We have to be more responsible for ourselves. And that's one of the things I feel that women need to start doing just a little bit more, because why would you want to bring a baby into a situation that can be toxic? Because you feel like he should be around, he should do for the baby. You make the decision to keep it, and you know that he's not going to be around. That, you know, growing up without a father in his life, and you doing everything, you killing yourself to make sure that you provide for this child. You're constantly going back and forth for them. You need to watch your child. I need a break. I need to go do things. I need to get myself in order. But he's continuously showing you that, no, I'm not doing this. I told you I didn't want this child. You decided to have this child. That's a toxic situation. And one thing that the man and the woman, we don't think about is the child. That causes the generational curse that we see out here today. These kids are fucked up in the brain. That's why we see what we see in these streets. Because we're having kids and bringing them into a toxic situation. Now, I'm not blaming women. I'm not shaming the men. What I'm saying is we have to start getting smarter. Because we need to learn how to break these generational curses. If we can't break these generational curses, then guess what's going to continuously happen? Shit that we see on these streets with these kids. Kids out here, they don't know what the hell to believe. They just going with the flow. You tell them something, they don't believe you, they still go do it. Anyway, trial and error. As parents, we supposed to be filters for these kids. With everything that's going on, we supposed to be those filters. We can't be that filter if we're beefing with each other. Mom says this, dad says that. We cannot raise our kids and healthily. We can't, it's not going to be healthy raising our kids like that. And I've watched so many battles, so many battles between mother and a father, and the kids are sitting there and they're just watching it, and it's fucking them up. And that's what I'm speaking on today. If that man is not your husband, you shouldn't be so willing to not only have unprotected sex, or to have a child by that man, because he's not committing to you. If there's no commitment, there shouldn't even be a discussion about additions to your families. It shouldn't even be a discussion on why I gotta wear this in order for us to have sex. It shouldn't even be a discussion. Either you wear it or you ain't getting no ass. Simple. Because women hold the power. Women are 2 times smarter than us. And if we're not committing to you, then you shouldn't be giving us the fruits of your labors. And just like I said, I'm raising a 14-year-old young adult. And with everything that I'm seeing, it's really getting scary for me. And one thing I can't do is I can't block her chastity at this stage of her life. Because she's in high school, she's going to be into after school programs, she's going to be hanging out with her friends, she's going to be doing a lot of things. And I can't hold her from that. But the one thing I'm going to definitely let her know is when it happens, because eventually it's going to happen, make sure that you're prepared. Just make sure. Because 9 times out of 10, he's not. Now, I coach her, I talk to her, and I'm hoping and praying that she's taking what I'm saying and she's going to, hold out as long as she can to somebody who she really loves, or somebody who's willing to commit to her. But if not, make sure you are covered. It's messed up that we got to have these conversations now at these ages in their lives, but these conversations needs to be had. And I just hate seeing and hearing a lot of things that I hear from these young adults out here as far as what goes on in their household and how their parents treat them and how their parents talk to them. Because a lot of these kids are getting hurt on the back end of the whole toxic situation where they're getting used as punching bags, mentally and physically. And then they have to go into a world that don't give a damn about them and learn how to function. Outside is toxic, at home is toxic. What the hell you think that their next generation is going to be? Even worse. I'm saying as a man today, we need to get better. Because we wouldn't have to sit here and worry about abortions if we make better choices. So if you don't want to wrap it up, Take care of it. And I don't mean child support. I mean really take care of your child. And if you feel like that man is not going to commit to you, I wouldn't judge you if you don't want to bring that child into this situation. Now, for those women who is just spiteful and bitter, y'all need some soul searching. Because that's not the only thing that's going to do is hurt the kid. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt him. It's going to hurt the kids. So the name of the game is protect yourself. Even if he's not going to protect it for you. This is another episode, episode 6 of Top Prize Podcast. This will be uploaded pretty soon on topprizeentertainment.com.